So we are going to go back into the library, and I have collected some images or some video for our discussion here. And so I'm going to go to those videos. So if I click on Final Video Files, these are video files with a couple photographs interspersed that I think are valuable to us right now. And I haven't cut all of the videos, I haven't looked through all the videos, but I've gleaned some stuff from all of them. And yesterday we made a slideshow. And the slideshow would show a picture, and then it would show a video, and then it would show a couple pictures, and then it would show a video. And remember, we told the video that we told the slideshow program that when video came in, the music would die down so that the video would come above it, so you could hear the video. In this case, what I want to do is show you how to simply cut a video. No music. We're not going to put any music at all in it. We're just going to do video. And so when we go to the slideshow module again, we've already selected our final video information, or our set here, and this is the video that we're going to show. And I've made some, I've taken some specific photographs and interspersed them, just so that there's a break in the video, and so that, because I would typically want some kind of photograph over the top of something in order to give a break between, say, two cuts that were not quite right. So if you have a cut and then you've got to somehow go to another cut and it jumps, then if you just put a photograph or another video take in between, then you can, it looks like when you come back to it that he was in the right place. That kind of thing. And so it's a good idea to remember that you can intersperse photographs and with the videos, things like that. One thing that I didn't do to the photographs that really would be valuable is when you take a photograph like this, if you want it to feel like an entire movie rather than a movie with slideshow, you can see that there are black areas right here. Let me change this to medium gray. Okay, so this is just Lightroom here, the medium gray thing. But if you look at the photograph, there are black bars here on the left and here on the right. That's because the photograph isn't big enough. It's not a 16:9 ratio. It's a 4:6 ratio, and so it's not going to fit in there. So if you, in the slideshow program, or in the slideshow module, tell it to zoom to fit the frame, then whatever photograph you have in there will zoom in to fit that 16:9 frame for the video. Or you could crop them to be 16:9 before you came to the slideshow, and then they would show as 16:9. And that way, when it shows a photograph, it doesn't necessarily feel like it's a photograph that's in place there, and with the black bars, it's just over the top of the movie, so it just looks like a still frame to the movie. And so that can help to make it less look like a slideshow and look more like a movie with just some photographs being shown. And so what I've done is I've created a template for this style of video, and I called it cuts only. So if I click on that, I get cuts only, and I'll show you what I've involved in that. But I'm going to zoom to fill the frame, and now you can see that any photograph that I click on, so if I click on this photograph, see how it fills that frame now? If I don't fill the frame, that's what I get. So I like it when it fills that frame, and I can just scan through and look, just make sure that any photograph that I have fills the frame properly so that it works well with the way that the photograph, or with the way the video is looking, and it seems to be looking fine that way. The other thing that you're going to notice that I have here is this. It's a black frame with Jared Platt Photography on it. That's just a black frame that I made inside of the print module with text on it, and I exported it as a JPEG and then imported it back into Lightroom. So even if I don't have Photoshop, if I want to make some title sequence, titles and things like that I want to show to people as slides, Lightroom in the slideshow module only has one identity plate for the slideshow, and then it has an intro screen and an ending screen. But if you need to show 2 ending screens, you can't do that. You can only show 1. So that's when you would go into the print module, and inside the print module you would create a ending screen that's 16 by 9. You'd come here to the page setup and you would create a 16 by 9 page, and then you could do whatever you want with adding text to, add an identity plate, move that anywhere you want it to be, double click it, type something in, say movie, and hit OK, and now you've got movie. You can add it, you can shrink it down, you can do anything you want in here. And then you just simply come down to the bottom. Instead of sending it to your printer, you send it as a JPEG file, and you save it out as a JPEG, and then just import it back into Lightroom.